These are the 9 principles of body efficiency training, and this is principle number 9, mind-body connection. And this is the final principle in this little series. Now, the mind-body connection is really a body awareness, and that's what I'm developing here in this training. You see, there's 3 things I'm working on. One is body alignment. I've got to learn the correct alignment of my bone structure. Number 2 is tension. I've got to learn how to apply tension correctly to the body, and that will be in the tendons and the ligaments more than the muscles. And then thirdly, I've got to learn relaxation. I've got to learn how to flow and move fluidly, and also know what total relaxation feels like. And what I'm doing here is something I call peristaltic motion. You can see I'm squeezing out towards the fingertips. I'm squeezing tension from the spine out down the arm towards the tips of the fingers. And this is a sequential motion, hence I call it peristalsis. Peristalsis means a sequential squeezing of the muscles to move fluid along. And now I'm doing it down the legs. From the hip, I'm squeezing the hip, the knee, the ankle, the foot, and then the tippy toes. And this squeezing is moving the blood and moving the lymphatic system around. It's squeezing to the end. It's very efficient, very beneficial to do, but it requires a lot of control. So I've got to control my alignment, my structure, and I've got to control the tension and relaxation, because that is moving along. The leg is relaxed and the tension moves along the leg or the arm in sequence. Now, once I've got the feeling of that, then I can increase the range of motion as well. So now I'm moving from the spine outwards in waves or ripples or whips, or it's like a snake. I'm moving snake-like movements through the body. And again, this is moving sequentially. You call this a kinetic chain. I'm moving a kinetic chain sequentially from the spine outwards through the arms and through the legs. Now, this of course directly relates to martial arts. If you can do this, you can develop a lot of power, a lot of motion in very efficient ways, and this is useful in martial arts. But of course, this is just dancing. What I'm doing here is just dancing, but I'm dancing with this body efficiency. I'm trying to create a flow and a power through the body. And if I apply this to combat, then it's very useful in martial arts, in fighting. Now, what I'm doing here, you can see, is a dramatic stretch. I'm stretching all the way from the foot through the spine up to the hands. So I'm stretching through the skeleton, I'm creating this opening of the joints, and this is moving the fluid through the body, but it's also moving and opening the energy in the body. You see, I'm developing a body awareness by trying to do these things, trying to gain the correct alignment. I've got to have a feeling of what that is. I've got to study myself, experiment, and find what that best alignment is. It will feel strong, it will feel natural. It requires a body awareness. Your mind has got to be involved. And once I've got that, now I'm feeling a flow, this movement, this rolling of the spine, this ripple through the body. And it's not just the arms and legs, it's the whole spine. It's the rib cage. I'm using the rib cage. I'm rolling the rib cage to roll the shoulder. This creates more range of motion through my body. It creates a greater range of motion in my arms and also in the legs. See, the spine also moves to the hips, down the knee, to the ankle, to the toes. The greater the range of motion, the greater the power you can have in the limbs, because they become like whips. A whip, the greater the power in a whip, it needs the greater the range of motion. It starts off big and slow, and it ends up fast and small. That's how a whip works. Now what I'm doing here is slowing down a little bit. I'm controlling my alignment even more. So I'm moving to what I call the embracing the tree position, or the neutral stance. And from here, I'm stretching open the joints and gradually starting to move about. But I'm moving about with this mind-body connection. I'm trying to integrate everything together. I'm not thinking anymore. I'm just feeling. I'm feeling an expansion through the body, and I'm feeling a wave, a movement of energy through the body. And I'm trying to just feel it and go with the flow. So it's now become not a physical thing, it's become an energy thing. I'm feeling the energy, I'm feeling a spirit, and the energy is also connected to your emotions. I'm trying to maintain a neutral emotional state. just a feeling of neutrality. I'm trying to feel my center, the center of gravity, the center of my structure, and the center of my emotions. Now here I'm increasing the power even more, and even including my face. I'm screwing up my facial muscles. Again, I'm pulling an expression, but it's just to activate tension in my head, the face, and the cranium, the skull. See, squeezing the face and squeezing the muscles in the skull creates an expansion in the cranium. And I'm doing the whole thing through my whole body. I'm creating an isometric tension, this structural isometrics, this peristaltic motion, or this hydraulic power, and I'm moving about carefully through structures. These are all structures of power. I'm trying to create powerful structures through my body, together with this tension and this energy, this feeling of flow through the body. And this is very, very, very efficient indeed. This is the master level. This is the way we can use our body with this maximum efficiency. And I'm demonstrating it now even more with some weights in the hands. So these are about 4 kilos or so. And now I'm moving about as if there's nothing in my hands. I've got to distribute this extra weight through the alignment, through the bone structure in my body. Now the only way I can do that is by holding my bone structure together with isometric tension in the joints. And the joints are stretched open. Again, it's a tricky thing to do. I'm stretching through my body, even though my arms and legs, my spine is bent, it's in the S curve, my arms and legs are bent, but the joints are stretched open. And I can only achieve that through isometric tension in the tendons. So again, I call this structural isometrics, and I also call this dynamic tendon isometrics. And with this ability, with this power, now I can feel the energy. I can feel the energy flow through the body. Because tension and relaxation is really the control of energy. Tension is electricity. Electricity goes to the muscle or the tendon to create that tension. Relaxation is when the electricity is switched off. There's no electricity going there. So by controlling tension and relaxation, I'm controlling the flow of electricity in my body. And that is a feeling of energy. You feel it. You feel it. But more than just electricity, there's also chi, your life force energy. Now this is non-physical. This is unmanifest energy. This is a spiritual thing. This you can think of as a soul power. This is my soul, my emotional state, my focus, my intention. See, once I've got the hang of how to use my body, how to create the correct structure, how to create the correct flow, how to control all this, now I can integrate my mind-body together. So I'm just thinking about energy, I'm just feeling it. Then I create an intention. The intention is martial arts. So if you have to fight, there has to be a single intention in your body to create speed and power and direct it at your opponent. That is the intention. You've got no time to think about what you're doing. You've got to just get on and move. Now I'm slowing it down again once more, completely controlled. This is like robotic dance. So here you can see the complete control of my alignment, my structure, but I've also got a control of the movement between structures. I'm trying to maintain a continuous control of my structure, and this structure is open, it's stretched, and because it's open and stretched, the energy flows better. If I can open up the joints, it's like your body is a conductor, an electrical wire, and the electricity flows through. And your joints are the point where your bones are separate. I want this electricity to flow through the bones. If I can stretch open the bones through a tension in the tendons, it allows the electricity to flow through the bones. So the ultimate goal of maintaining alignment, maintaining control of relaxation and tension, is to control the flow of energy. And this is the mind-body connection, the flow of energy through the body. You just feel it. Go with the flow. Don't think about it, you just feel it. And we can all do this straight away. It's the master level training, but it's also the beginner level, and it's the whole training. You can learn this from a child. A child can do this. You just tell them to imagine you're fighting, imagine you're a powerful superhero fighting, and off they go. Now that's what I'm doing here, but I'm also using the absolute control of my body structure, the flow of tension to control the muscles and tendons in my body to create movement and power. Okay, I hope this made sense. Please do go back and watch the whole series in sequence. and do leave any questions or comments. I will get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.